How do you convert a fraction to a decimal? The three most common ways to convert a fraction to a decimal are as follows. Expand the fraction to get 100 in the denominator, then divide the numerator by 100. Multiply the numerator by the decimal value of the unit fraction. Use long division. Let's first try the method of expanding the fraction to get 100 in the denominator, which then allows you to divide the numerator by 100. This lets you easily write the new number in the numerator as a decimal. Let's take a look at 3/20. You can quickly find the decimal representation by noticing that 20 is a factor of 100. So, what number multiplied by 20 yields 100? 5. 5 times 20 is 100. So you can expand the fraction by 5. 3 times 5 is 15, and 20 times 5 is 100, giving you the fraction 15 hundredths. You know that when you divide by 100, you move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Remember that there is an invisible decimal point after the ones place, and also that there is an invisible 0 in front of the whole number. So 15 divided by 100 is 15.0 divided by 100, which is 0.15. There you go. It's important to understand that this method only makes sense when the denominator you're working with is a factor of 100. Now let's go over the second method. You want to convert the fraction 4/5 to a decimal. You may remember that 1/5 is the same as the decimal 0.2. This makes your calculation way easier. 4/5 is the same as 4 multiplied by 1/5, because if you add 1/5 to itself 4 times, you get 4/5. 1/5 is the same as the decimal number 0.2, and 4 times 0.2 equals 0.8. That means that the fraction 4/5 is the same as 0.8 in decimal. Now let's look at the third method. This one always works, no matter what fraction you're working with. That method is long division. Here's an example with infinite digits. You want to convert the fraction 7/15 to decimals. Expanding the fraction so you get 100 in the denominator is not an option in this case. The reason is that 15 is not a factor of 100. Also, you most likely don't know the decimal value of the unit fraction 1/15. So, what do? You can use long division to find the answer, where 7 is the dividend and 15 is the divisor. First, you'll have to rewrite your division problem in this form. 7 divided by 15. Starting off the calculation, you find that 15 goes into 7 0 times. So you place a 0 above the line, over the 7. You multiply that 0 by 15 and get 0. This 0 is placed under the 7. Then, subtracting 0 from 7, unsurprisingly, gets you 7. You have a remainder of 7, but no number to pull down. Recall that you can always append a decimal point and as many zeros after a whole number as you want without changing the number's value. So now you can pull down a copy of the 0 and continue the process. 15 goes into 70 4 times. So place a 4 in the tenths place. Now take that 4 and multiply it by 15 to get 60. Write that under the 70. Subtract 60 from 70 to get 10. Again, you can append another 0 to 7.0 without changing the value. Pull a copy of that 0 down after the 10, and you end up with 100. 15 goes into 100 6 times. Place 6 in the hundredths place above the line, then multiply 6 by 15 to get 90. Write that under the 100. Subtract 90 from 100 and you get 10. For as long as the remainder does not equal 0, you can continue this process by appending zeros to pull down. And again, you end up with 100 divided by 15. It turns out that you will keep getting 100 down below endlessly. That means that the answer to your division problem, 7 divided by 15, is 0.46666, and so on. You can also write it like this, to indicate that an infinite number of 6's come after the first 6. So the fraction 7/15 is equal to 0.4666, and there is an infinite number of 6's behind the initial 6. The three most common ways to convert a fraction to a decimal are as follows. Expand the fraction to get 100 in the denominator, then divide the numerator by 100. Multiply the numerator by the decimal value of the unit fraction. Use long division.